everybody, it's Kelly and I am back with another video. Today I am going to create a layout with that photo of my nephew and my great nephew. So I'm going to use this cut file from Paige Evans' Etsy shop. It's called Stars Backgrounds, and there are 4 quadrants to this, but I cut this, well, not cut this out, but I pulled it out so that I only had this part of that 4-quadrant background. And I'm not an expert, so don't ask me how to do it, but there is a way you can do that, and there's tutorials out there for that. So I just used my Scotch quick dry adhesive, and I am just gluing that to the background of this Doodlebug sugar cardstock. Let me think about that. Doodlebug sugar coated cardstock in white. And then the cut file is cut out of a silver foil paper from Recollections, which is Michael's brand. And I thought that silver would be a great match because the lights in the photo are white, and I just liked the idea of how that looked together when I was thinking about what to cut this cut file out of for this particular photo. Alright, so I do want some color here, and I'm thinking I really want my the photo to be sitting on some green or some red, and I'm not quite sure which background I want that to go on first. I thought that on a green background that it blended in a little bit too much, so I was thinking about putting some vellum over that. Didn't love that as much, but I really like how it looks on this red, so I think it's a nice pop off of the background, and that's what I wanted. I thought if the photo sat directly on the background, it didn't really emphasize it enough to me in my mind. At least that's what I was thinking. So anyway, I've cut that red paper now, and that red paper was from a Pebbles 4th of July collection from 2018, and I don't remember what it was called, and unfortunately I have now thrown that out. I didn't think I was going to be able to get these videos processed when my video editing software went down, so that's what ended up happening here. So now I also think I still want some green, and I'm going to offset that from my red a little bit just to do something a little bit different so it's not equally framed. That green is from the Pebbles Cozy and Bright collection, which was a Christmas collection from 2018. It's from the 12 by 12 pad. And then I decided I want to get a little bit more silver on here, and I take my Brilliance ink in silver here and ink the edges of this. Unfortunately, it's a really wet ink, and it just gets all over everything. It gets all over my photo, it gets all over my paper, and it was a mess. So spoiler alert, in the photos you'll see this. I actually, after I shut the camera off, decided I really didn't like it even after I'd cleaned the photo up, and I just cut some more red and green paper and took the photo off of the existing and just re-glued it to it. So it did not look good, guys. That's all I can say. It just really did not look good at all. All right, so now I have those together, and I'm going to I glued it to the vellum. Forgot about that little step there, and I missed a spot, so I had to ink some more. But anyway, I glued it to the vellum, which is the Hobby Lobby Paper Studio 12 by 12 vellum pack. That's where that came from, and it's a nice, easy, simple vellum pack, just plain vellum. All right, so now I want to do my title, and I'm going to take my Dear Lizzie Lemon Drop thickers, and these are a foam thicker in a silver chunky glitter, and I'm going to use my wax paper here. I originally, I don't remember what I was originally going to make the title, but I didn't have enough of the proper letters, and I didn't love how they sat on the paper here. or not the paper, but above the vellum here. So I'm looking at that and not loving it. I think I was thinking about calling it like our Christmas lights or something. I don't remember. Anyway, didn't love that. So back to the drawing board here, and I decide to call it It's Christmas, which is really simple, but that really indicated what was going on with this photo for the my great nephew's very first Christmas. Okay guys, so I'm just getting the word down here, and I did not have an S, so I MacGyvered an 8 into an S. In other words, I cut it to make the S. You just clip out the two little pieces of it at the top and the bottom, and you've got the perfect S with an 8. So I did that for both of the S's in this particular title. So I'm just getting the It's done there. And again, I'm going to have to MacGyver another 8 because of no S's. All right, so now I am gluing the photo to the background here, not thinking about the fact that that's glitter cardstock and the ATG just is not going to work. So I used my Scotch Techie glue here and made a royal mess of it. It like squished out the top, and you know, I forget that that bottle, if you use your regular bottle, it's a really thick nozzle, so just be careful if you do that. The good thing about that particular glue is that it dries completely clear. So now it's been about 6 weeks since I made this layout, and I can't see anything there that you know, I can't see the glue at all. And by the way guys, my voice is a little rocky here. I have my cold back. You're gonna see this video about a month from when I'm taping it, but that horrible cold from Christmas is back, and it's the end of December, or end of January, and it never completely went away. And from what I hear from people, that's kind of what happens with this one, is that it comes and goes quite frequently. All right, so now I am putting the It's on, and I was trying to decide if I wanted to do it to the justify left or if I wanted to center it, and I decided to center it. It's one of the reasons that I like using the wax paper, because I think it's a little bit easier to move things around than with the Thicker's guides, because those are just straight. All right, so just getting this glued down a little bit again. Adding a few little things here. Okay, so then I decide that I want to add some stars in here for some more color around the background. I don't want a lot of embellishment on this because the cut file is a lot of the embellishment, but I decided to use that little tiny star punch, which I think I got in a dollar spot years ago, and then I'm using this other punch, and I don't remember, it might be, it's not a Hobby Lobby. I don't know where that punch came from. It's old, and I punched these large stars and kind of put them in clusters to begin with, and I'm not loving how that looks. Kind of playing with it a little bit to figure this out. So I decide to punch a few more stars, and then I start scattering the small stars, and that small star kind of lines up with the size of the stars in the background, and I really like that much better. I think they kind of disappear towards the background a little bit more than the large stars do. And you'll see me take the large stars off in just a minute. And I think I didn't glue these down. I just punched them out and glued them after the camera was shut off, because you didn't really want to see that. Kind of boring. So there's where I took the large stars off and just decided to glue to do the small stars. And so I just kind of scattered them around, and you know, made some of them go off the cut file and that kind of a thing, and touched the cut file with some, didn't with others. And I just was using the scraps from those two papers that I used for the background. And I really love how this looks in the end. It's just the perfect touch for this, because I really wanted that photo. That photo is probably one of my favorite photos taken of them. So I really wanted that to stand out. Okay guys, here's the still shot and a couple of detail shots. Hope you're all well, and I'll be back with another layout again soon. Bye!